Good afternoon, everyone. We're here to celebrate Friends and show some stuff that I've worked on. Just waiting for some people to come in. That's what I'll do. But hi, Teresa Jukowitz. Now I'm going to bring Nancy back up. Thank you, Teresa, for coming. We are going to wait for a little more people to come in here. I have got some blankets. Hi, Chad. Thank you for coming in. I'm going to be showing some things that I've worked on and kind of taking back, going live. And Nancy is up here with me, and I may sometime later put the link up so some people could come in. Hi, Christy Betts. Thank you for coming. Yep. We're going to be showing some things that I've made for certain people. Now it says I've got 10 people in here. Wow.
Yeah, Chad and Teresa and Christy. Lori prepping for heaven.
Thank you, Lori. Now 9. Not everybody's chatting, but that's okay. Thank you for coming, people. Thank you for my friends. I'm so happy. I think I'm going to wait for a little bit, and I'm going to tell a story. When my sister Christine was not doing so good and getting ready to pass away, I'd gotten some news about my health. Avita. Hi, Molly. Thank you for coming. Avita.
Molly.
Thank you for coming. Molly, Pest Hunter's Best Catch. Definitely. I wanted to tell a story. Back in 2021, hi, Jane Doe. I had gone, I'd gotten hit. I'd gotten hit by some people, and my truck got totaled then in July. And my neck was really hurting. It was hurting before, so I didn't blame the accident for my neck hurting because my neck was already hurting. And I went to see one of the doctors, nurse practitioners, and she basically, said that some things were going on with my neck. And then it just kept progressing, and I would go to my chiropractor, and she would adjust me, and then finally, it had gotten worse. I had major problems, and I knew it wasn't from, the accident probably exacerbated what had happened to my neck. Thank you, Nancy, for being in chat and up on panel. Hi, James Hall. Trying to tell a story about what I finally found out was wrong with my neck. And they did another x-ray on my neck. They did one on the side and on the left and the right and straight on. What this doctor, orthopedic doctor, informed me what had happened. I think it's, we think, okay, it's an injury from an accident. Well, it wasn't. My parents didn't realize they had a genetic problem. And as a baby, which of course you don't know it, I don't have a disc that ever formed between disc 1 and disc 2 to give it cushion. In my genetics, it never was there. And what happens when that happens is that the Lord, and this is where the Lord comes in my heart, the Lord builds more bone to support that abnormality. And I got to see that. It was really interesting how these other bones, hi, Kevin, Camping Cage Free, thank you for coming. So I feel that the Lord blessed me. Even though I have that problem with my right side of my neck, he does something that protects you. He really does. And that's how, I was talking on Creekside Chronicles today, how the Lord protects us, and he does. He gives us ways to be able to heal ourselves with all the herbs that we have. And I've started doing that, doing more herbs, eating healthier, and it has really helped. The thing that kind of got me to thinking that there was a major problem is, how most people can turn back and look through a window to see if there's someone beside them when they're driving. I could never do that, but I didn't know that was because of what had happened to me. And whenever I drive, I now use these little mirrors that are concaved, that I can just turn my eyes over to that mirror and see if there's someone beside my car. And Debbie Brock is in here. Thank you, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Yes, Teresa. Amen. Amen. Thank you, Lord, for stabilizing my neck. Doing what you had to do to make me whole, that I could continue to do what I do. Thank you, Lord. Yes, there is times that my neck does bother me, and there's a lot of times you'll see me doing this to loosen those muscles up. And I started using Andale Homestead's cayenne and castor oil, and it has been helping those neck muscles that I have the problem of the muscles in my neck and my shoulder having problems, which makes it so much nicer, and finding things that work for me, that make things nice. But, I wanted to tell that story today about what the Lord does for our bodies, to healing us. And hi, don't you know? Thank you for coming.
Hey, don't you know?
This thing is more about us connecting with each other and getting to know each other. Since my Nightbot isn't working, if my moderators that are in the chat, please drop people's links that are not moderators. If they're not content creators, they probably don't want that to be done. But if they do have content, please show them love and put their links in here so people can subscribe to them.
Debbie Drock, how is your daughter doing?
Yes, how is your daughter? I'm going to be blessing you with some things, for your family. I'm going to be making some knitted hats and maybe some other things, like a scarf, because I know it's going to be getting cold there soon. They're definitely going to get some scrubbies. I'm definitely going to end up doing that so that they can wash themselves, because these little, I haven't put these in, but these things can really clean you. Trust me. I know. How you get that dry stuff around your ankles? I use this, kind of soaking that, and it comes off. Maybe not totally. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Jane Doe. But I'm trying to wait a little bit to see if I sent a link to Creekside Chronicles, but they may not be able to be here, and that's okay. But I do have their blanket over here, in a bag. I'm not going to open it. I'm going to turn it to where you guys can see it. But it's the bag that it's in is a little too small. I'm going to have to probably go to the store and find a bigger size than what this one is because it's bulging towards where you can't go past the line in this bag. So I've got to see if I can find a bigger one. Yes, sweet Jane Doe. She's a she's such a great friend too, and my daughter is still struggling with some burns, but she's getting better. Yes, you
Yeah,
know
burns take a while to heal, but your body does amazing things to heal itself.
it
Just
does.
keep putting the nutrients in your body that you need. And my suggestion is get a good vitamin D3
Definitely.
and take. Well, I watch Dr. Berg so on YouTube, and he suggests like 10,000 units a day because especially people who don't go out in the sun and everything, you'd be surprised what the vitamin D3 does for your body.
I do I don't get out in the sun because there is red-headed family members in my family, and yes, I do have red red highlights in my hair. So when I get out in the sun, yes, you can see that I am tan here, but you look up here and I'm really white. So I do get out in the sun, but not very long. So everybody knows about I'm thinking that everybody knows about this blanket. This is the one I'm making for MT Homestead. And you see how big that's gotten already. But this is what I'm the pattern that I'm doing on this one, I may as well say, is called triple and half triple. So it's basically where you wrap around twice and you go through either two or hi Amy.
Here's Amy.
There's Amy. But yeah,
Hi. Amy has news. Amy has
has
news.
news. Yes, Amy does have news. Yes, not a problem, Amy. Uh, I'm about to show, and I'm gonna probably let's do. Let's see here. Get Nancy up there. I went one too far.
That's all right.
When I went to Hobby Lobby,
Terry Jones, hello.
who came in?
Mr. Terry Jones.
Mr. Terry Jones. Amy picked out the colors. Yeah, I was showing her the colors. Now, she hasn't gotten to see this, but look at this. That is that little baby's hat. So that's the baby's hat there. And here's the baby blanket. This thing is 52 by 52. So I've got that folded in half now. You see this? That is the baby blanket I have finished
That's
for
beautiful.
Faith's little girl. And there is Associate Minister and Reverend Mr. Terry Jones. Thank you for coming. But that is the beautiful baby blanket. That's the yarn that Amy picked out because I basically called her and showed her the colors that they had at Hobby Lobby. And that's what she picked. Was it very bright? Very bright. Baby blanket. Yeah, that turned out absolutely beautiful. Thank you for coming in, Amy. Even if you don't want to, I didn't send you the link to come up, but it's it's very. What I ended up doing is I started out a pattern. Let me pull this out for a little bit, and um, I started out a pattern where I did just a single crochet, and then I did half or half doubles, I think it was, and then I did triples. Then I did half doubles, and then doubles, half doubles. I did that in a pattern, and then I made the decision to start just doing, instead of doing the half doubles in between, I decided to do where it was just triples and doubles. And then as I got closer to being done, I had like 29 rows that I'd done on that one end that I just showed it to Faith, and she says, it's cute. Look at the pattern on this baby. But what I ended up doing is, because I wanted to get this done before the baby came, well, I did get it done before the baby came, and I wanted to get it to her. But this is going to be shipped off Monday to her. What? She will be live at 3, James. Oh, but yep, that is the beautiful baby blanket. Yeah, it's 52 by 52. So it's a pretty good size blanket. I mean, she'll be able to lay it out on the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and the baby will be able to be on it.
Oh, yeah.
It is big enough. I was trying to make it 48 by 48. Well, I'm a loose crocheter, and it just kept getting wider on her channel for the first time. Woohoo!
Oh,
Yep.
right.
But yes, I'm so happy that this baby blanket's finished. Please hit yes. Please do that. Share this out so that some more people can come in here. And Terry Jones knows me. Reverend Deacon Terry Jones knows me from oh my gosh, David Hunt's and some other channels that I'm in. It's all about us connecting together and supporting each other. Let's go here. There we go. But yeah, I wanted to be able to have her see this beautiful baby blanket, and I will get it packaged up and shipped off. No, I'm not. I'm just trying to bless people that I feel the Lord wants me to bless. Oh, thank you. Someone, Neil put in the chat that I'm gonna uh, crochet. No, I'm not. The Lord will support me in doing what I need to do. Hey, they fuzzy adventures and more. Thank you for coming. Thank you all for coming, and connect with each other, please. We want everybody to get to know everyone. This is a community. This is, to me, you're not my subscribers. You're my friends. You're my family. We've connected on this platform, but I want to get to know all of you. You guys ready to have me show you that huge blanket? I'm going to click here. I'm going to stand up, get this blanket. This is the blanket. Now, this is a king size, and here it is. See this? How huge? Let me move that chair out of the way. Turn chair. There we go. This, you see that there's a blue line here, right there. Well, this one's too big inside this bag, but this is the blanket that is going to be shipped. Now, see that color? There's a a tan color here, and then it has this black, white, gray there, and then this is brown, white, off-white in this section. Yes, that's the blanket that's going to Tony and Joan at Creekside. You know, that's the blanket that's going to be shipped to Tony and Joni at Creekside Chronicles and Creekside Maples. They have a king size bed. You know, that I worked on that blanket on a full size bed. It's like I outdid myself. I don't think so. You know, Tony and Joni have been friends of mine for a long time. And I know that they live up north in Canada and it gets cold. And I want them to stay warm. And trust me, this is a 5. That first rose, where I started is a 5-ply. And then once I get that done, and then the gray and white and stuff, and the other brown, multicolored, is a 6-ply yarn. That thing is going to be so warm for them. New horizon above and beyond channel. Oh, okay. So if
Fuzzy Adventures.
one of my moderators has put Fuzzy Adventures and more, please put their link in. Please, we're trying to connect with each other.
Yeah, I almost broke out in song, when you talking about it being warm, and I was thinking, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. That frost nipping at your nose.
Yes, put in Creekside Maples and Creekside Chronicles link. They are my church, Creekside Chronicles. I am always there every Sunday. Hi, Jennifer. J-O-H.
Hey, Jennifer.
J-O-H. Yes, I'm about 3 or 4 miles from them. Yes, it gets cold, and I want them to stay warm. And trust me, this blanket is going to probably keep them warmer than they think. This thing is huge. Huge. And then I'm going to be making another, and it's going to be with the 5-ply yarn. I'm going to be making a bill at my Alaska. So he's going to, yes, it would be chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your
nose. Yes, that's Christmas songs all year long.
Yes.
My family, we always did. So
my mom, I love my mother. My birthday, of course, falls on the 26th of July. And I know I usually don't ask people to do this, but I would like to get to 1,000 subscribers before my birthday.
Oh, we can do it, Rebecca.
We can do it. We can get me there. And there's going to be a huge celebration on that day. That's what we need to. Yes, please like, subscribe, share this out, please. Until tomorrow. We will be in the hospital until tomorrow. Okay. It's like so great to see 12 friends in here.
Oh, I have a question for Jennifer Ocean Homestead.
What?
I said I have a question for Jennifer.
Oh, okay.
How hot is it in Canada? Because we're under a heat warning.
Yes, how hot is it there right now in Canada?
Where she's at. Currently it's 93, feels like 102.
Let me see where I'm at in mine.
Yeah, that's like heat wave city here, in the U.S. And I'm singing Christmas songs. I said because Christmas songs makes me think of the cold, and it's the mind thing. It makes you feel cooler than hotter.
Take a look. Oh, I've got to bring down the light on that.
And Lori, is it hot up there too? She
Look at
says
what
69.
my temperature is too.
Oh my goodness.
Depends on it's cold here, but yeah, that's what my temperature is. The same as Nancy. Oh, there's Simon. Yes, I can barbecue.
Oh my goodness. 92 there. 100 where Debbie's at in Indiana. Depends. It's cold here, but I'm originally from most southern part of Canada. It's usually 100 all summer. Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Simon, for coming.
I
Yes,
was wondering if the heat had gotten up there.
yes, we are in 92 degrees here.
And
You know,
Lori says
this
88.
thank you. I'm glad you did. You know, this is I did want to let you guys know this is the time from now on that I am going to be going live on Sunday at 2 p.m. Try to do it every Sunday. I'm going to see if I can do that. No, I'm going to do that. Every Sunday at 2 o'clock, I'm going live. Where we can all connect and get to know each other and say hi. It's what I'm going to do. You know what I'm going to do? I think we are going to go more than 30 minutes. Okay, copied. Paste. Bring it there. Okay. Pin message. And it's now pinned. If there is anybody wants to come up, you can now. Now, I'm not going to bring people up that I do not know. I do need to see your face before I do bring you up. I know that Nancy potentially may have someone coming home at 3:30, which I understand. That's probably why she put on her avatar. But if anybody wants to come up and we can talk, not it's pinned on YouTube. Yes, make sure you're wearing clothes too. But yes, it's pinned on YouTube. Let me see. Nope, that's not unpinned message. Let me go back, and I might have pinned somebody else's. Let me go here. Invite. Copy. Put it there. Paste. There. Pin message. There it is. Oh, I see what happens. I know what I did wrong. I know what. Invite. Copied. Paste. Got it. Okay. Pin message. Now I did it. There we go. Done. Now it's pinned. Yeah, it's there now. I got it done. Now it's there. I can have up to 6 people, and that's it. Because I'm on the free. Yeah, finally got it. I was trying to remove it from chat. You can't do that. I didn't delete it this time. It's done. Thank you so much, Fuzzy Adventures and More. Yes, finally I did it. It's now taken care of. So if there's anyone that wants to come up and see me, you can. Yes, that is great. But not very often do I put in the link anymore, but I think I did it. I needed to do it today. You know, let some people come up here and talk to me. So Faith is going live at 3. She's doing her first live stream today. Wow. That's going to be nice. We finally got her to over, I think it was over 150. So that she could go live. I would figured I'd see someone coming up, but no one has yet, but that's okay. But I've been working on Mike and Terry's blanket, but it's kind of long, and I need to figure out what to do for supper. Oh, I know what I'm making for dinner tonight. We've got some chicken patties and things like that we'll probably do that and heat up some vegetables. I've got some little cubed sweet potatoes that I'll probably air fry or something like that for my brother and I for dinner. Freezer yesterday. Yeah. Oh my goodness. But yeah. I don't know if there's anyone that wants to come up. I'm just gonna. I was hoping that Wendy at Hardneck Farms was going to be here. Let's see here. There we go. Wanted to be able to show you guys. When you make these scrubbies, you put it behind and then in front, back and forth, like this. Because you have to be able to have a drawstring to close on both ends. So, can you guys see that? When you make these scrubbies, when you do these on these, you have to have it where it's an even number of loops, or it's 24. This is a 24 peg. And then you, as I always called it, it's called an E-wrap. That's an E-wrap there. Hi, Troy. Pulling that over from there. Let me set this here. Yes, thank you. Are you sharing out her Grumpy's YouTube? And when we get closer to 3 o'clock, why don't someone share her her live, that she's going live, so that we can go there, because I'm not monetized. I can't basically send you guys, where it goes straight over there. Keep an eye on my time so that we can go over there early and celebrate Faith, or AKA Grumpy, doing her first live. That is going to be so cool. And there's our treasured home. Tell you a little story about Troy Sutton. He did not know I was going to be at Mid-America. I was able to keep it a secret, even though there were some people that were saying that I was going to be there. And I tapped him on his shoulder, and he turned around and was like, his eyes got so wide. He's like, what? Well, he did Turnabout Fair Play. I kept saying I knew this lady, but I had never seen her face. And he surprised me with Ace to meet up. I had no idea she was going to be there. But when you do these, when you do the first row on the every other one, like the unevens, you don't have this to be able to take over. That is great. Thank you, Jane Doe, for putting her live up there. When it gets closer to time, will you please do that again, or one of my other mods? Make sure that we have it at the bottom so that we can all click on it and head over to Faith's first live and give her the support that she deserves. And she's now got that sweet baby girl. And in fact, I'm going to get to make another baby girl a blanket. Paul Honeyman emailed me and wanted me to make a baby blanket for his granddaughter. So I'm going to be making one for his granddaughter in the UK. That's what. I'm really excited to do that. So yeah, now I'm 14 rows to make one scrubby. That's how many I have to do. Then I'll be able to take it out because the baby needs I'm going. Oh, okay. Not a problem. But yeah, we're gonna have some more support for Faith, or AKA Grumpy. And I'm guessing they're probably going to go live at the hospital. Wanted you guys to be able to see me making this scrubby. I'm going to do. That's a little bit tight. There we go. Kind of loosen these up a little bit. Sometimes I get a little heavy-handed when I'm making these and make the yarn too tight that I can't pull it over. little better. Oh. Now to undo this. I was kind of hoping that Hardknack Farms was going to be here, but she may be busy. But at least she's going to be able to see this. To be able to watch. I know it takes me a half an hour to make one of these Scrubbies. And you trying to pay attention to what I'm doing here, and yes, it's a little hard to talk and do this, but I figured you guys would like to watch me do this. It's a little bit easier than having the doing the blanket. That I have to really pay attention. This, yes, this I do too, but it's a little bit easier than working on that blanket. So I figured, hey, yes, my mods are so kind. They will support your channels. Jane Doe's link doesn't need to be put in because she's just a supporter. She just supports channels. Yeah, that's a whole lot easier. Having that a little bit looser. Easier to get over the peg. So now we got like almost 15 minutes. Now to wrap it around again. Now I've got 13 friends in here. Thank you, everyone, for coming today. So I'm going to end up probably stopping this so you guys can go over to, unless you're already there. Amy, is she going live from just straight from YouTube? Or is she using a third-party streaming? Or is it just straight from YouTube? I'm looking. See if I can find it. Yeah, it's straight from YouTube. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for coming today. Like I said, I am going to be going live every Sunday at 2 o'clock. And it may be just by myself and working on things or showing what I have worked on. So you guys can watch me make different things and stuff like that. But trust me, I want to keep blessing people. That's what I'm going to do. That is one huge blanket. Oh, it's okay, Lori. I understand you're trying to figure out what you're going to have for supper. As hot as it is here, I want to do something that's not so hot to eat. I think what I'm going to end up doing is go ahead, Jane Doe, put that link back in again to go over to her live, and we're going to end this in less than at 50 after, so we can all go over to uh, oh my gosh, Faith's live, and we can support her. So we can all be over there and put it in a Rebecca Touched by Yarn raid. So that we can go and support Faith on her first live. That's going to be great. So say this is a love raid. Oh, there's Ace. Yeah, you guys surprised me. You and Troy surprised me. Thank you for coming in. We're going to be heading over to the link that Jane Doe just put in chat. Click on that link and head over to Faith, aka Grumpy, her very first live. I'm pretty sure she's probably going to be showing her new baby girl. I'm going to get to finally see her on, I think she's probably going to be do that. Yeah, let's go and bless Faith and surprise her. And if you guys want to, go ahead and say, hey, this is a Rebecca Touched by Yarn raid. And, she'll be able to, she's already seen the baby blanket. She had her little baby. I can't remember its name right now. And her baby blanket will be shipped tomorrow so that she will have that blanket. Yes, Faith had her baby. She had her baby. As they said, she was supposed to have it on the 1st. She had it 2 weeks early. But that's okay. So, yes, click on that link, and we're going to go ahead and end this stream in about 48, 47. Ending it. Love you.